Okay, let's get started. That didn't sound very enthusiastic. It's been a long day. Okay. All right, let's get the feet under the hips and pointing straight forward. Just keeping it real here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then relax them down away from the shoulders. Gently reach the fingertips toward the ground. Gently press the knees straight. And then gently tuck the chin and top of the head toward the ceiling. Just make yourself as long as you can from the heels all the way up to the top of the back of the head. As long as you possibly can, and then try to maintain that length, but soften every muscle you can. And then let's take a couple breaths and sweep the arms up as we breathe in. And exhale as we bring the arms down. Again. Really trying to pull the arms away from the body each time. And one more. Let's stay at the top. So keeping the weight mostly in the heels, just a teeny back bend. So think about lifting the chest as you go into your gentle back bend. Nothing super deep, just taking the spine in that direction of extension and then straight back up. And then let's let the arms come down. We'll do some gentle lateral flexion before we add any extension to it. So just think about, bring your attention to your right hand. And then we'll slowly slide that hand down, just seeing how far you can comfortably go. And just make a note if you can reach to the knee or above it or below it. And then slide it back. And then left hand will slide down and just see how far you can comfortably go. And just make a mental note. Was it about the same as the other side? Or do you have an asymmetry in your lateral flexion? And then we'll just go back and forth. And if you need to hang out on one side a little bit longer, take a breath or two on that side. Try to make sure as you're leaning to one side, you've still got some weight in the opposite foot. We don't often think of our lateral flexion, but I think that's often where we get tripped up. All right, now let's sweep our arms back up and then just pick a side. Make sure you've got some weight in the opposite foot. Back up and over. And back up and down. Okay. Let's step towards the back of the mat. You might want to have your blocks at the end of your mat. And then we'll take a long step with the right foot to start with. As long as it feels comfortable, make sure you've got you're not in the same line, but you've got your feet spread apart just a little bit, about hip width apart. Sink into your front knees. Think about stacking that knee right over your ankle. Pressing into your back heel, straightening your back knee. And then let's weave our fingertips together and then press the palms outward. And then we'll just take a few breaths. Think about your elbows going as straight as your body will allow comfortably. Spend so much time with bent elbows. And the shoulders relax and down away from the ears. Think about rotating the hands up as far as they'll comfortably go. Nice and slow, easing into it. And then let's come back down. And then we'll let the arms relax. We'll step forward with the back foot. And we'll step back with the right. Okay, so stacking the front knee over the ankle, pressing through the back heel, trying to press that back knee straight. Okay, and then we'll weave the fingers together behind us and try to straighten the elbows. If you want to try and turn the palms out, you can try to turn the palms out too. That'll stretch the inside of your forearms. And breathe. Think about those elbows being straight. And if it feels comfortable to do so, if you're already getting a great stretch, stay where you're at. Shoulders relax. See if you can lift just a little bit more. And then we'll let the arms come down, let the fingers come apart, relax a little bit, and we'll come back on the back toes and then step forward. And then let's do a swan dive. So we'll reach the arms up, swan dive down, hinge from the hips, legs stay straight. Find your legs or your blocks. And then from here, we'll cat-cow. So let's tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, arch the spine, feel the shoulder blades come apart from each other. And then we'll do the opposite into cow. Think about the tailbone coming up, the head coming up, shoulder blades coming gently towards each other. This should add a lot of stretch to your hamstring. Make sure your toes are free to wiggle. And back to arching the spine. And then back to tailbone up, head up. All right, let's bend the knees. And if your strap's within reach, grab your strap before you come up. And if I didn't say grab a strap at home, grab a strap at home. Please. I know maybe I'm having a little bit of an off day today. Okay, so wrap it around your hands once, about 45-degree angle away from your body. Shoulders relaxed and down away from the ears. We'll just let, and not super straight elbows, but mostly straight. And then just let it drop back. And I tend to feel a really great stretch right through where my arms, upper arms attach, the pecs, the deltoid area. And then just a really light grip. So you're not white knuckling the strap. We'll just hold this for several breaths. If it gets uncomfortable in any way, then feel free to let the strap just come straight down to your shoulders. If you want to add a little something else while you're doing this, try some isolated toe lifts, because we know Pam loves those. They're her favorites. She's refusing to do it now. Goodness. It's optional. It's completely optional. All right, to come out, let the strap just come down to your shoulders. Okay, a couple good shoulder rolls. Feels so good to let the blood flow come back in there. Okay, we'll leave the strap in the right hand. Whoops. And we'll bring the right hand over and then bend the elbow, hold the strap in the left hand, and just sort of work the hands gently towards each other until you feel a nice pull. And then try a little side bending, rotation, and see if any of those movements give you a little extra pull. A little side bend to the left works for me. And take some nice breaths. When you come out of this, let the bottom arm slide down first. Keep the elbow bent. Bring that arm down and then extend the elbow. A couple shoulder rolls. Okay, then we'll put the strap in the left hand. Reach the right hand behind. And then again, try your little twists and leans and see what feels good. Ooh, both these feel good. Now this is for those of you that came to the pre-fitness assessment. One of the assessments that we did with the arms was you guys can stay in your stretch, but being able to reach the opposite shoulder blade in all directions. So this is a great stretch if you couldn't quite do that. And then slowly let the back hand slide down, bring the upper hand down with the elbow bent. Oh, that feels so good. Okay. All right. Then we'll take if you have your buckle, wrap your buckle in your hand for this one, because it's going to get, you don't want your buckle flying around, trust me. Okay. So we'll take a nice wide, and then, you guys ready? Okay. All right, the right hand's going to come up first and around the head, and then the left hand's going to follow. Okay. Got it? Good. Okay. Yep. Yep. Yeah, hold on to those ends. That's why we don't let the buckle be free. And then you can start maybe getting a little more of a lean with your upper body. Okay, and then we'll let the shoulders come down. Couple wiggles. Blood flow just feels so good. Okay. All right, so we'll do the same thing, but we'll let the left hand lead. Not your traditional yoga class, Lori. Yep, it works. And just keep it nice and slow and very mindful. And then a little more lean. Yeah, the doing it in a different direction, good for the brain too, as well as the body, right? Okay, little shoulder rolls. Okay, we'll leave the strap in one hand, and then we're gonna step on it with, if it's in the right hand, step with the right foot. Okay, we're gonna lean into it, and then we're gonna come back up so we feel a pull through the shoulder or the arm. Feel that? A lot of good options for pulling down on the shoulders, and this tends to work nicely. And then feel free to tuck the chin a little, see how that feels, or lift the chin or rotate and find the exact stretch that you need. Everybody here looks a little bit different. So always make your practice your practice. Okay, to come out, let's bend the knees to bring the shoulder to the strap, and then a little rotation, then other side. Step on your strap. A band works great for this too. We often use a band in the Friday class. Okay, and then just bring your body to upright. If you can't quite get upright, let a little slack out of your strap. Oh, this side I feel way more in my arm than in my shoulder. And feel free to tip your chin, lift your chin, rotate. Some combination thereof to find your stretch. Yeah, take one or two more breaths. And then bend the knees to bring the shoulder down. Let the strap come out. All right. I think we'll put the strap aside. Let's go down to the mat. Any way that feels comfortable to get there. Let's get a little rotation in. If you want to sit on your knees like this, that's fine. If you need something under your ankles, grab a pillow. Okay, let's put the right hand on the ground, left hand up and over. Okay, we'll take a little more time on our openings. So we're going to take the top hand back. We're just going to hold it at whatever your end range is, soft shoulder. Let the arm be relaxed, back but relaxed. The hips are planted firmly on the heels. And take some deep breaths and see if on your exhales you can just let that rib, not forcing it back, but the softening your body enough to allow it to go back. And then we'll bring that arm forward. We're going to reach it out to the side. There, perfect, nice. Same thing, take a couple breaths. Keep the shoulder relaxed. Okay, and then let's rotate nice and slow, mindfully back. And open. And then this time we'll go under the arm, between the arm and the body. And then we'll slowly come out. Let's do a little seated cat-cow. And then we'll put the left hand down. Let's go straight up and over first. And then we'll open up toward the back. And then use the breath, soften on every exhale. Just let that arm drop back, shoulder open up. And then let's come forward and across. Same thing, relax the shoulder. Use your breath to soften. We'll come back up, open up. And then we'll come down between the arm and the body. And then let's come forward. Little seated cat cow. Okay, let's turn sideways on our mat. Let's go into a child's pose. And then keeping your hips back and still in your child's pose, just walk your hands to the left. Open up to the side body. Couple breaths that open up through the right ribs. And then we'll walk the hands back to center. Pause there for a breath. And then walk the hands to the right, just as far as they'll comfortably go. And take some deep breaths into the left ribs. And back to the center. Pause for a couple breaths.